As we leave the prestige behind, that is the Daytona 500, the next chapter of 1992, NASCAR's best season, takes place at Rockingham. Can Davey go back-to-back, or will somebody new emerge? Welcome to Checkered Past and Present. In recent years, Kyle Petty, the son of King Richard Petty, had dominated the spring race at the Rock. After qualifying, it would appear that trend may continue after Kyle set a new track record with a lap time of 24.4 seconds. He would lead the opening laps of the race before Bill Elliott would overtake him for the lead. Kyle would never be much of a threat and ultimately would fall out of the race with engine problems. As it became apparent early on in the race that Kyle Petty did not have the same speed as he had had in previous spring races at Rockingham, two drivers would emerge as the favorites to win the race, one being your Daytona 500 champion, Davey Allison. He would lead 190 laps throughout the middle stages of the race, but in the end, he would be no threat for Bill Elliott. Bill would go on to win the race, going away by over 15 seconds while leading 260 of the 492 laps. Bill, Davey, and third-place finisher Harry Gant would be the only drivers to finish on the lead lap. Richard Petty would claim a 16th-place finish in his next-to-last start at Rockingham. Alan Kulwicki would be involved in an incident and follow up his strong run at Daytona with a 31st-place finish. We're going to cover the next couple of races in this video. Stay tuned to find out what happens next. The third race of the 1992 NASCAR Winston Cup Series season would take place at Richmond, the first short track race of the year. Will the 28 and 11 continue to dominate like they had the previous 2 weeks? Simply put, Bill Elliott would dominate the weekend by claiming the pole with a lap time of 22.2 seconds. He would go on to win the race in dominating fashion by leading 348 of the 400 laps. Even though he dominated the weekend, he would not win the race going away like he did at Rockingham a week earlier. Alan Kulwicki would mount a late race charge and would come up just short in an exciting photo finish. Davey Allison would get his third top five to start off the season. Dale Sr. struggled for the second weekend in a row, but would salvage an 11th place finish. Now, with that being said, before we head off to Atlanta, I'm going to leave you for a moment and let Ken Squire bring you this exciting finish at Richmond.
The holding ball. Billy is completely beside him now.
Alan Kulwicki inching his way up, a step at a time.
Lap car.
Marcus 71 on the inside, gets by him. Now there's a chance that Elliott had to use him as a blocker and didn't do it.
Left him racing room.
Lap count, you see it there. Alan Kulwicki trying again, down to the inside.
This is the best count he's had on him going in this corner. This is where he's been able to go a little bit. This is the best count he's had on him coming off this corner. 3 and hangs out.
Headed for 3. And again, Elliott on the outside draws away. Here comes Kulwicki back in the main straightaway. Made it up that time.
White flag in right now.
1 lap to go. This is for everything. It's Bill Elliott from Dawsonville, Georgia on the outside. Wisconsin's Alan Kulwicki on the inside. Side by side down the back straightaway. Even as they go to turn 3. Kulwicki there. Elliott pulls a little ahead on the outside. Driving for the finish. Here comes Kulwicki up on the bottom of the racetrack. Kulwicki going for all of it. They touch and across the line. It's Elliott. Bill Elliott.
Can Bill Elliott grab a third straight win as the series heads to Atlanta? All eyes would be on Bill, and rightfully so. He would not go unchallenged through the weekend. Mark Martin would grab his first pole of the season with a lap of 30.4 seconds around the 1.5-mile track. Bill would grab the 4th spot while Allen would start 8th. The surprise in qualifying would be Davey Allison starting 25th. But during the race, Davey would climb through the field and wind up leading 160 laps, the most of anybody, but would have to settle for a strong fourth-place finish. Pole sitter Mark Martin would fail to lead a single lap while grabbing a 14th-place finish. Harry Gant would lead 43 laps on the way to a very strong second-place effort. Dale Sr. would bounce back with a solid third-place run. What happened to Bill Elliott, you may ask? Well, after not having the car to beat most of the day, after a late caution, he was able to take advantage and take the lead and pull away, leading the final 40 laps to claim his third straight win. Now, after 4 races, let's take a quick look at the points. Davey leads Bill by 58 points, thanks to being incredibly consistent after winning at Daytona. Tied with Bill for second is Harry Gant. Dale Sr. is 8th, 171 behind. Our underdog story, you may ask, is quietly sitting 6th, 144 back after a solid 7th-place finish in Atlanta. I hope you have enjoyed Part 2. Part 3 will come out this Thursday. Like and follow if you enjoy this type of content. Thank you.